Welcome to LNP Renewable System Editor. Today we are going to discuss about the ship automation basics part 9. If you have missed part 1 to 8, please subscribe to the channel. In our channel we had created a playlist. In the playlist you can see the missed out parts 1 to 8. Okay, we had created a playlist ship automation basics part 1 to 22. So in the part 9 we are going to discuss basic things about the three-phase induction motors. Here we will discuss how an induction motor works, okay, how exact the motor terminals looks like, and what is the color coding system that need to be followed across the terminals, okay, how a star configuration is done in induction motor, and how a delta configuration is done, how to check the stator windings, how to measure the continuity for the winding set, how to determine the percentage difference in the motors, how to measure the phase current with a clamp meter, and how to verify the e-motor winding before starting and ending the motor. So as we told earlier in our discussion, we might be using so many symbols, short forms and abbreviations. So if you have any doubt regarding the instruments, short forms, abbreviations, circuit breaker symbols, generators, transformers, fuses on the circuit breaker, protection and the monitoring relays, switches, relay and the contactors, okay, units and devices, kindly please refer to this part so that you will have a clarity regarding the abbreviation and the symbol that we are using in our discussions. Okay, so induction motor. So induction motor works by inducing a current in the rotor by a voltage being applied across the stator windings. Okay, this induces a current in the rotor by transformer action and exerts a torque on the rotor. It is same. Okay, it's a construction. Everything windings will looks like a transformer. Okay, so as we told earlier, these are the motor terminal blocks, and as we told earlier, this is the color code that you need to follow for connecting the UVW phases. So next we have a star configured motor as well as we have a delta configured motor link. So if you had a plan to make a star configured motor, then this is how you need to make your connections. Okay, or if you had a plan to do the delta configuration, then this is how you need to make your connections. So as we told earlier, we also have a delta double star double pole motor winding. Okay, this is how the connection that we need to make. This is an overview that we have given here for our easiness. Okay, and most importantly, okay, whenever you're starting a motor, when you are planned to find a fault in a motor, first thing is that we need to check the stator winding. Then also we need to check the insulation checks. Okay, and most important thing, whenever okay you're making a continuity check to the motor, okay, ensure the terminals are removed. Okay, then when you make a insulation test using a merger, okay, especially in the U1 U2 terminals, you should have get a value of 100 meg ohm. Okay, you need to connect one of the terminal with the earth and the other with your U1 U2 lines, so that you will have a value of 100 meg ohm. Okay, suppose if you are making an insulation resistance of a stator winding, measure the insulation resistance values. Okay, so that it will be in the range between 2.1 ohm. It should not be more than that. Okay, this is an example. Okay, because whenever you make any sort of calculations, whether it can be a fuse calculation or you are planning a percentage difference, first and foremost thing is you need to look into the nameplate details of those motor. It can be a 3 kilowatt motor, it can be a 1 kilowatt, it can be 2 kilowatt, but only thing you need to get into the note down the nameplate detail. Okay, and after noting down the nameplate details, first try to measure the clamp meter. Using the clamp meter, try to measure the current in each line, so that you will get an average. So in order to determine the percentage difference, okay, so you might have a highest phase, okay, minus your average divided by average into 100, so that you will try to sort out the difference. Next is that how to measure a L1 current with a clamp meter. So this is the line 1. Okay, using a clamp meter we are measuring the line in that single phase line. Okay, next most important thing is that whenever you receive any sort of things with a faulty, first thing is that we need to verify the e-motor windings. Okay, so if say for example we might have a three windings. Okay, if you're finding any sort of difficulty in finding those things, first and foremost thing, the better way to is try to check the resistance, okay, between the two lines. So probably it will be in 2.1 ohms. Okay, next, when you try to measure the voltage, if it is a AC voltage, especially between W's, two W's, it will be around 9.8 volt. Okay, say for example, if your motor is running with a power supply of 24 volt AC. Okay, and most importantly, when you measure between, two other terminals, mostly it should be in zero. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. If you want to know more and learn more, you can contact us. We had provided the contact details here. We are providing PLC programming training for Siemens, Allen Broadley, and Delta PLC. If you are really interested in automation industry, especially ship automation, building management system, building automation control system, if you have a plan to work in the GCC country, then you can contact us. We have provided the contact details here. We are providing solar DC light system, okay, where the EB power is not available. If you are really interested to put electrical fencing for your agriculture farms to protect your crops from the animals, instead of electrical fencing, you can use the solar fencing. We are providing solar fencing as a kit. We are providing solar on-grid, off-grid, hybrid, solar street light, solar pump services design, installation, testing and commissioning, consultancy and training supports. If you are really interested to learn the basics of electric vehicle and access control system, then you can contact us. We are providing training with the certification. Thank you so much.